was over. They thought they had buried me, erased my name, stripped me of power, left me for dead. They laughed, raised their cups, celebrated the downfall of a man they could never truly understand. They thought pain would break me, that betrayal would be my end, that silence would swallow me whole. But they were wrong. They don't know what it means to be forged in agony, to be sharpened by loss, to be hardened by the weight of every broken promise, every knife in the back. They don't know what it means to walk through the fire and come out the other side, still breathing, still standing, still hungrier than ever. They don't know what it means to be a warrior who has lost everything but the fight itself. They will see me again, stronger, faster, more ruthless than ever. They will wake up to the reality that no amount of lies, no army, no force on this earth or beyond can stop what's coming. They will hear my footsteps in the dark, feel the cold steel of my wrath press against their throats. And in that moment, they will understand. They will understand that the war they started was never theirs to win. They don't get to decide my fate. They don't get to choose when the story ends. That's mine. That belongs to me. And I will write it in fire and blood. Every brick they laid to keep me down, every wall they built to lock me out, every chain they wrapped around my soul, I will shatter them all, not just to escape, not just to survive, but to conquer. They wanted me gone. They should have made sure I was never coming back. Because now there's nothing left to lose. Now there's no mercy left in my bones, no hesitation in my hands, no fear in my heart. They will choke on their arrogance. They will drown in their regret. And they will suffer under the weight of my return. They called me weak. They spat on my name. They thought they were gods, untouchable, unbreakable, sitting on their thrones built from deception and stolen victories. But they forgot one thing. Empires crumble, thrones burn, the powerful fall, and the one they cast into the shadows always learns how to hunt in the dark. They will watch me rise, not as the man they betrayed, not as the warrior they thought they had destroyed, but as something else, something worse, something they can't control, a force that doesn't bend, doesn't bow, doesn't break. They will beg for the past, for the days when I was just a man, just another opponent they could toy with. Those days are gone. What's coming now is retribution. They will curse my name in whispers, hide from my shadow, run from the sound of my voice, knowing that every step I take is a step closer to their reckoning. They will know fear the way I knew it, doubt the way I felt it, betrayal the way I suffered it. And when the time comes, when they stand before me, broken, defeated, crushed under the weight of the war they started, I will give them a single moment to understand the truth. No one can stop me, not even death. I don't fear the grave. I don't fear the abyss. I don't fear the cost of victory. I have already died 1,000 times in my mind, already walked through hell and back, already paid the price they thought would break me. And yet I stand, taller, darker, more dangerous than ever. They wanted to see me fall. They will see me reign. They wanted to hear me beg. They will hear me command. They wanted to watch me disappear. They will watch me rise so high, they won't even be able to look me in the eye. They have no choice. They have no escape. They have no future but the one I decide for them. Because I am not coming back to make peace. I am not coming back to forgive. I am coming back to take everything. They're nothing. Dust beneath my boots. Shadows that will fade. Names that will be forgotten. And me? I will carve my name into the bones of history. I will stand at the summit and watch as they are erased. They thought they won. They thought the war was over. They thought I was done. They were wrong. They were wrong to think I would break like the others. They were wrong to believe that suffering would turn me into dust. That betrayal would crush me beneath its weight. That silence would consume me whole. They underestimated the rage that still burns in my chest. The hunger that grows sharper with every second. The fire that refuses to die. They thought they had won, but the war was never over. It was only sleeping. And now, it wakes with a vengeance they cannot escape. They will feel me before they see me. The tension in the air. The slow suffocation of knowing that something unstoppable is moving toward them. They will hear the whisper of my name like a ghost they cannot outrun. A nightmare that does not fade. And when I finally step into their light, when they see the face of the darkness they created, they will know that their time has ended. That everything they built, everything they took, everything they held on to with greedy hands, it will all be ripped away. They tried to erase me, but I became something they cannot kill. I am not a man anymore. I am not flesh and bone that can be broken. I am the storm they never saw coming, the reckoning they laughed at, the vengeance they thought was just a distant fear. But But now it stands in front of them, breathing, unshaken, merciless. Now it has a voice. Now it has hands that will tear them from their false thrones and drag them down into the abyss they tried to throw me into. They wanted me gone. They wanted me forgotten. They wanted to see the light leave my eyes, to watch me fade into nothing. But they failed. They failed because pain does not kill warriors. It reforges them. They failed because I do not fear suffering. I feed on it. They failed because their weapons were meant to break men. And I am something else entirely. I am the war they cannot win. They built walls to keep me out, to lock me away, to make sure I would never stand in their way again. But they were fools, because walls can be climbed, gates can be shattered, chains can be broken. And once I walk through the ruins of their defenses, once I stand in the ashes of everything they tried to protect, they will realize that there is no stopping what's coming. They will learn the difference between power and control. Power is unbreakable. Power is a force that does not bend, does not yield, does not answer to anyone. But control is an illusion. Control is for the weak who believe they can shape the world to their will, who think they can dictate the rise and fall of others. But the world does not belong to the weak. It does not belong to cowards who hide behind deception and lies. It belongs to those who refuse to kneel. It belongs to those who take what they want. It belongs to me. They made a mistake the day they thought they could decide my fate. They made a mistake the moment they turned their backs, thinking I would fade into history. They made a mistake believing that I would simply accept my place in the dirt and never rise again. Because now, every step I take is a declaration of war. Every breath I draw is a reminder that I am still here. And every second that passes is one step closer to their end. They cannot run from me. They cannot hide from what they have done. Their names are already carved into the ledger of vengeance. Their faces already burned into my memory. And when the time comes, when the sky darkens, and they hear my voice calling for them, there will be no mercy, no hesitation, no second chances. They thought I was a man, a warrior like the rest, someone they could break with time and cruelty. But I have become something more. I have become the consequence of their arrogance, the nightmare they crafted with their own hands, the inevitable force that will reduce them to nothing. They gave me nothing but pain, and now I will return the favor 1,000 times over. They will see me rise, They will see me claim everything they swore would never be mine. They will watch as I tear their world apart piece by piece. And in their final moments, they will finally understand. This was never about revenge. This was never about evening the score. This was about something far greater. About proving that no one, no force, no betrayal, no suffering, not even death itself could stop me. They will kneel, not because I asked them to, not because I demand it, but because there will be no other choice. Because when the war is over, when the dust settles and their empires have crumbled into ruin, I will be the last one standing, and they will have to accept the truth that I have always known. They thought death would claim me, that the grave would swallow me whole, that my name would fade like a whisper lost to the wind. They thought time would wash me away, that the world would move on without me, that I would become just another forgotten warrior, buried beneath the weight of their lies. But they failed to understand that death is not an end. It is a beginning. It is a rebirth for those who refuse to be erased. It is fuel for those who will not be silenced. I am not a memory. I am not a ghost that lingers in the past. I am the storm that has returned, the reckoning they cannot escape, the nightmare that will not fade with the morning light. They will know suffering in ways they never imagined. They will feel what it means to be powerless, to watch everything slip through their fingers, to know that no amount of wealth, no amount of influence, no army, no kingdom, no fortress can save them from what is coming. Because I do not come for negotiations. I do not come for apologies. I do not come to listen to their excuses, to hear their pathetic cries for mercy. I come to take. I come to destroy. I come to rewrite the rules they thought would bind me, to burn the pages of the history they wrote without my name. They tried to erase me, but they only made me stronger. They thought betrayal would break me, but it only sharpened my edges. They thought pain would weaken me, but it only reforged my will into something unbreakable. Every scar they left on me became a lesson. Every wound they inflicted became a map leading me back to them. Every ounce of suffering they threw my way became a foundation upon which I built the unstoppable force that I have become. They should have killed me. They should have burned everything. They should have left no trace, no breath, no whisper of my existence. But they failed. And now, they will pay the price. They will see me in the shadows, feel my presence in every silent moment, hear my name spoken in fear by those who know what is coming. They will not sleep. without wondering if tonight is the night I return. They will not speak without fearing that their words will summon me. They will not walk through their gilded halls without feeling the weight of my vengeance pressing down on them like an iron noose tightening around their throats. Because I am not coming for one. I am not coming for a few. I am coming for all of them. Every hand that played a part. Every mouth that spoke against me. Every coward that turned their back when I needed them most. I will not forget. I will not forgive. And I will not stop until every last one of them kneels before me. Broken, shattered, lost in the same darkness they once tried to cast me into. They built their castles with stolen bricks, paved their roads with the bones of the fallen, ruled with the arrogance of those who believe they are untouchable. But nothing is untouchable. Nothing is eternal. And the higher they climb, the harder they will fall. They thought they could stand above the world, looking down upon those they crushed beneath their feet, laughing at the suffering they caused. But they never looked behind them. They never stopped to wonder if the shadows they cast held something far worse than anything they had ever imagined. And now, it is too late. Because I am not just coming to tear them from their thrones. I am coming to erase every trace of their existence, to reduce their names to nothing, to take back everything they stole, and leave behind nothing but ruins in my wake. They do not deserve the power they hold. They do not deserve the luxury they bask in. They do not deserve the air they breathe. And I will make sure they understand that before the end. I will take my time. I will make them feel every ounce of pain they tried to bury. I will make them suffer in ways they never thought possible. Because I am not their savior. I am not their redemption. I am their reckoning. I am the force they should have feared from the beginning. The shadow that grows stronger with every step. The fire that will consume everything they built. They made me into this. They gave me this purpose. They turned me into something they cannot kill, cannot control, cannot defeat. And now, they will face the consequences of their own arrogance. They thought this was a game. They thought they could gamble with lives, manipulate fates, twist the world into their image without ever facing retribution. But the dice have rolled. The cards have been played. And now, the house comes crashing down. They will see their world burn. Watch as their power slips through their fingers like sand in the wind. Feel the weight of everything they once held dear crumble beneath their feet. And I will stand above them, watching, unmoving, unrelenting, unwavering in the storm that I have become. They thought I was weak. They thought I was defeated. They thought I was gone. But they were wrong. They were so wrong. Because I am still here. I am still fighting. I am still rising. And nothing, not their armies, not their lies, not even death itself will stop me. They will kneel, not because I tell them to, not because I demand it, but because there is no other option. Because I will not stop until they have lost everything. Until they understand that power is not given. It is taken. It is earned in blood, in war, in the unyielding force of those who refuse to bow. They will know my name. They will remember what they tried to forget. They will speak of me in hushed tones. Tell stories of the one who could not be broken, could not be silenced, could not be stopped. And when the dust settles, when the ruins of their empires lay beneath my feet, when the echoes of their screams have faded into nothing, one truth will remain. They thought time would erase me, that the world would move on, that their victories would cement their rule forever. They thought I would rot in the shadows, suffocating under the weight of my own defeat, choking on the ashes of everything they burned to the ground. They thought I would become just another forgotten ghost, another nameless warrior buried beneath the ruins of their lies. But time is not their ally. It is mine. Time does not weaken those who are forged in agony. Time sharpens them. Time strengthens them. Time turns every wound into a weapon, every scar into a lesson, every betrayal into a blade they never see coming. They did not erase me. They only gave me time to prepare. They do not realize what they have done. They do not understand the war they have created. They think they can go on living, drinking, laughing, pretending that their hands are clean, that the blood they spilled is nothing more than a forgotten stain on the past. They think the weight of their sins will never come crashing down upon them, that the ghosts of those they destroyed will never come knocking at their door. But the past never stays buried. The past is a fire that waits to be reignited, a storm that builds in silence, a monster that grows in the dark. And I have become that monster. I have become the storm that will tear their world apart. They should have killed me when they had the chance. They should have made sure there was nothing left. No breath in my lungs. No whisper of my name. No trace of my existence. They should have burned everything. But they didn't. They left behind the embers, the smallest flicker of life. And now, those embers have become an inferno that will consume everything in its path. There will be no negotiations. There will be no warnings. There will be no mercy. I'm not coming to teach them a lesson. I'm not coming to make them regret their choices. I'm coming to end them. They will not see it coming. They will wake up to find their world unraveling, their power slipping through their fingers like water, their control shattered into dust. They will hear my name in the whispers of those who have been waiting for this day. Feel my presence in every silent moment. Sense the weight of the inevitable pressing down on them like an iron cage. And when I finally stand before them, when they see the fire in my eyes, when they hear the venom in my voice, they will understand. This is not revenge. This is not retribution. This is something far worse. This is the destruction of everything they built. The complete and utter annihilation of their existence. They will beg. They will kneel. They will break in ways they never imagined. But it will not matter. There are no second chances. There are no last-minute bargains. There is no salvation waiting for them at the end of this road. They made their choices. They sealed their fates. And now, they will reap what they have sown. They thought death was the worst thing that could happen to a man. They thought taking everything from me would shatter my spirit. That loss would drain the fight from my veins. That despair would chain me to the past. But death is nothing. Pain is nothing. Loss is nothing. What they should have feared was the man who has nothing left to lose. The warrior who rises from the ashes with only one purpose: to take back everything they stole, and to ensure they never take from anyone again. They will understand this when the battle begins. They will see it in the eyes of those they once controlled, in the fists of those they once silenced, in the war cries of those who refuse to kneel any longer. They will realize, too late, that their time has ended, that their power was never theirs to keep, that the ground they stand on no longer belongs to them. They will watch, helpless, as their world is reduced to rubble, as everything they built on lies and stolen blood crumbles beneath my hands. They will know suffering. They will know fear. They will know the kind of hopelessness that strangles, that suffocates, that leaves no room for escape. And I will stand above them, untouched, unshaken, unstoppable. Because I have walked through the fire and come out stronger. I have drowned in the abyss and surfaced with new breath. I have been broken, shattered, torn apart. And yet, here I stand, more powerful than ever, more dangerous than they ever imagined. They should have known better. They should have feared me from the beginning. They should have seen the warning signs, felt the tremors of the storm before it reached their door. But their arrogance blinded them. Their greed consumed them. Their belief that they were untouchable made them careless. And now, their carelessness will be their downfall. They will remember my name. They will whisper it in fear. They will curse it in their final moments, knowing that this was always meant to happen, that their fate was sealed the moment they chose to stand against me. And when it is done, when their bones are buried beneath the ruins of their empire, when their voices are nothing more than echoes of the past, the world will remember one thing: no one can stop me.